So last night I just could not sleep. I had one of those thoughts that was just keeping me awake. It was almost like that meme, I bet he's thinking about other women. Nope. I was actually thinking about something entirely different. And so guys, I need your opinion on this. I need gentlemen, I need your opinion. So I need Zero, I need your opinion. Joe, I need your opinion. T-Man, I definitely need your opinion. You over in the chat, I want your opinion. If you go to a shop and you get a sandwich that absolutely meets everything you need to make you happy, does that still keep it at substandard quality? Roll that footage.
Oh boy. Which footage should I roll?
Roll that footage. Just the footage. Go straight to the footage.
Subway commercial?
I don't have that.
Fab Studios presents Figure Action. That one's me.
I mean, when I say what footage, I meant the only alternative.
Move this man!
I told that one to my boss, and he was hating me for 10 minutes. He just would walk up and look at me and just start shaking his head.
I thought you were going to go somewhere along the lines of would you still need your wife if you find that perfect sandwich?
No.
Substandard.
Is it up to
you had me.
Substandard? See, look, he's still going, folks. He's going to be reeling.
We should just call it. Let's just call a show right there.
Yeah. I actually came with another one just in case Dave didn't have one. It's a beach related.
I had to make up for what you did last week. Actually, no, hold on. To make up for what you did last week, extra added bonus, kids. Man, I wish Matt was here for this one. I really wish Matt was here for this one. Why are action figures like boobs?
Why?
Both were made for kids, but dad ends up having more fun with them.
You can't argue with that.
This is true.
Welcome, everybody. It is Thursday. It is Figure Action. These gentlemen are stunned, speechless from my humor, so I'm going to make sure we know that we appreciate you all. We are so glad to have you here. Please make sure to check out the links below. Go to Teespring. Check out the Fab Shop for some of the best and best priced merchandise you can find. Son of a gun.
You know what? Have we ever raised our prices due to inflation?
We have not. We have not raised our prices due to inflation. I have.
So we're probably losing money on every T-shirt that we're not selling.
Well, that's true. I have stagnated on not getting that new. I had the design ready. I just need to upload it. I will be giving away these two figures. You see them.
The green screen,
next week on the show. What's that?
They were green screens.
They're green screen. I will be giving away these two, the red Megatron and the blue streak, next week. I'll have a video up tomorrow afternoon on how. I keep saying I'm going to have the video up, and I really will have the video up tomorrow afternoon with the new shirt design. You'll be getting that new shirt in the size and color of your choice, as well as those two figures. And we'll be doing a wheel decide on the show next week. So, looking forward to that. Do I take it away, Dave? You look like you're in the mood to run through. Do you want to run through the intros?
Well, we have here, the man, the myth. It is all because his name doesn't quantify anything. This man is not a zero. Jordan, how are you, and what did you get this week?
I'm doing pretty good. I got some color. I've actually been enjoying the pool, so. We had a really good Memorial Day weekend. Had a graduation party for Lex's cousin. So, busy. I cooked like 20 pounds of pulled pork. It was great. As for acquisitions, I did get a bunch of cool things, courtesy of Team Manazon. I got myself a Lando Calrissian, a General Lando Calrissian for $9 total. And the best part was I ordered one first from not Team Amazon, and I said, T, send me a link. And T was like, all I see is the vintage one, so I had to clear it up. They had the 6-inch one. So I cancel that order. They still send me the one I canceled. So now Matt has himself a Lando coming his way. I was in Target. I never got the original Palpatine, so I missed out on him with the throne. So I got the archive one that on the back of the box they have him on the throne. Yes, I'm actually Sportimus. I'm not using my green screen. I'm actually just using the virtual one. So it's doing some weird stuff, but it's actually pretty hot here in Maryland, and we're trying to cut back on AC usage. So not using the green screen, so it's not blocking my fan. So you'll see my chair phase in and out of existence.
Holy hell, we got.
Oh yeah, he came here just to say that. I will say to you, Lance, I may disagree with you, but I will defend, or I may detest what you say, but I will defend to the death your right to say it. I got myself an Archive Palpatine to go with my Vader, and moving on to Transformers, I got myself a Junk Heap from the Studio Series, and look at how fast I can transform him and put Wreck-Gar on him. It's pretty impressive, isn't it?
Yeah, that is really fast.
Here, let's transform them both back. Boom. There he is. So yeah, actually no, I got 2 Junk Heaps. So I have one for Wreck-Gar and one for robot mode. And lastly, I got myself the Moon Studios Cool Peak. I'm 5 down, 1 to go. Thankfully, this guy redeemed this set because Iron Arm was kind of with some QC issues and some weird engineering, and Moonshine was definitely the weakest of them all. But thankfully, Iron Arm comes out and he's like really, really solid. I like him a lot, and I love how they've integrated their all-in stuff. I was curious how they were going to do it, and boom, there's all the fingers tucked away neatly in his backpack. Great figure. Highly recommend this guy if you can see him. So that was it for me.
That is awesome. As I said, I am very jealous of that Moon Studios thing. If I just had the money, that combined mode looks absolutely gorgeous.
I had to sell the Devil Savior stuff to fund them.
See the Devil
I
Savior?
love them from a distance.
When it's complete, you'll come over. You'll mess with them.
T-Man, how are you? How was your week?
Hi, everybody. My week
Dr.
was
Nick.
okay. I think since the last time I was on here, I cut my arm trying to grab something off the shelf. And then yesterday, I cut that scar with something else in the house.
I thought that was a toy hunting accident.
Yeah, the first one, the big, long, ugly one, it was red for a long time. And then this one, I just bumped into something in the house. I'm like, I don't like my arm, I guess.
It's like Hot Tub Time Machine.
That
Crispin
toy hunting
Glover.
is some rough stuff. Is rough battles, man.
Yeah.
You run under Rocco and try to like fight underneath a grate or something under a shelf.
Not on purpose. I was reaching up, and my arm went behind the tag, and it cut, and I was like, that hurt. Then, like a little bit later, it was bleeding.
Can you recreate this in a toy hunt?
Oh,
Maybe add some special effects.
We'll do like a Rescue 911. Cuba Gooding Jr. comes out wearing a Nintendo shirt. He like reaches up and blood starts gushing, and then William Shatner's talking about it.
And they have to use the jaws of life to get my arm from between the spokes. But I feel like I'm forgetting something, which I probably am. But I did get the VHS style Jubilee, and I did a review on it. And I think YouTube decided to share it to people this time.
Sportimus wants to know where you got her from. Sportimus wants to know where you got her from.
Hasbro Pulse, silly. That's where they are. I think they're exclusive to Pulse. Where did I get this? BBTS. Ship this guy to me.
I feel like you already had this.
I played with Max before. He had the resurrection version.
Didn't you have
This
Dragon's
one's called Fourth Form.
Isn't even my final thought.
I don't know. I'm happy it was a cheap version because it almost feels like a retail figure, to be honest.
Was it 35?
Yeah. And Amazon finally found this guy, Spike.
Yay.
Like, I don't know where he was hiding. Everybody else had theirs, but I didn't. And I let Matt trick me into buying this guy from him. Iron Factory Bludgeon, the Samurai version.
Okay. You got that from Big Matt Toy Store.
Yeah. And ExtraZero's junk heap buying spree, he picked this guy for me. And it came in one day. So that's good.
I got the UPS right before the truck left.
So up
if you
close to
guys
my
can't
face.
find a junk heap in the greater Baltimore area, now you know why.
Yeah, I know.
I felt like an asshole because I bought all 4 of them, but I wasn't like, I wasn't.
He only scalped one.
No, Deluxe got the other one.
No, this close to my face, I think I smell your cologne on here.
Wouldn't be shocked.
But then I found this creepy thing, which is posable. I just didn't like. Is this super duper clear?
It was for a second.
On my screen, it's never usually this clear for me, but he's good. He just has a couple of issues. Spoiler alert: the head doesn't look up because they put it on a single ball, and the waist looks like it should have an ab crunch or ball joint in there, but it doesn't. It's all fused for some stupid reason. Like they easily could have, but you can work around.
Review would be not enough balls.
Yeah, that's what I said in my review. I was like,
I feel like
which is up if you want to see this.
I think they also should have made those little pedals on the head posable, like made them like bending material because they move on the show.
Yeah, it's closed. Somebody said there was promo images with it shut. Like they probably had a second head in there. But I don't know why they don't put any accessories. This came with 2 foot stands.
Yeah.
This is the first one to have any type of accessory. And the last thing I'm gonna show is I got Fortnite Victory Royale Series Foundation, aka the Foundation, aka The Rock. But they didn't include his face. So now I'm regretting not buying one of those Ultimate Rock figures.
With the fig, with Figwarts, he's got hair, so it wouldn't look.
Yeah, unfortunately. But that's it. How are you, Joe? Nice seeing you.
Good. And I only got one thing this week. Just crazy to have two items in 2 weeks in a row, but it's a pretty significant, not cost wise, but I think as far as presents goes. And the Joy Toy Space Mecha, if it will show it.
Dude, your green screen.
You're having the same issue I had.
Yeah. So there you kind of go a little bit. You can see some of it. The paint on these things is what impresses me the most.
They're incredible.
Yeah, they are. And actually, I think if you stick with this scale, I would like to order one of the 118 scales. This is the 125. Just to try it out and see what the differences are. But honestly, I think bang for the buck, these 125s are probably a way to go because most of them seem to be in the 75 to 85, 90 bucks.
I bought mats.
Yeah. Was it a 125 or 118?
I think it's the 118s I got. Actually.
I think more of the difference is with the little pilots. The pilots have more difference in that scale.
Yeah, I got the 118.
But,
mine's a little smaller than yours.
Yeah, these things are really cool. I mean, they're not like the most. They're not like Sola Chigokin type.
No.
Yeah, but they are very well painted. The articulation's pretty decent. Does everything you're gonna want it to do, and it has a presence. And you can use these for like almost anything.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because especially if you're not like displaying the pilot, like if you're not opening the cockpit and having the pilot in it, you can open the cockpit real quick. You could put other stuff in there, or you could just put these with like just other like mechas. I mean, if you want it to be a big giant thing fighting a Godzilla, that would work. You can put it with a lot of different scale things, and I've been wanting to get like space, like I want like articulated like astronauts and stuff like that. So I would like to find some of those and maybe put with this, and I think that would be pretty cool. Maybe put this with like my lunar lander. It'd be like a pretty cool like alternate history NASA mech robot. Maybe put some NASA logos on there. Pretty cool.
Joy Toy has some incredible high-end items. I'm kind of thankful I never got into it because it would be insanely compulsive if you look at what they have. So if you look at
but like I said, most of them are pretty good and like pretty reasonable in price. Like some of the 118 scale stuff is like you're talking like $175, $200. I don't know if they're worth that much. I mean, I wouldn't mind trying one just to see. But I think at this price point, they're pretty reasonable. I would like to maybe get, and I don't know, maybe they should include them with it, but I'd like to get some like energy effects or blast effects or something for these claws, and maybe something for the guns. But other than that, I mean, they're pretty good. It wasn't a good experience out of the box, I'll tell you that. I think I put it in the chat. Like when I pulled it out of the box, like most of the armor pieces were not on it. One of the legs was not on it. It almost looked like some of the paint was wearing off on the clear, like in the little clamshell. So when I was like, oh no, this isn't gonna be good. I'm gonna have to return this thing. But it actually when I pulled it out, it was good. All the pieces popped together. And when I say it's painted, everything is painted, at least on this thing. Like even all the pieces that peg into each other, like this backpack piece, it's actually, I can't get it all the way in because all of the fins in the back, they're all painted. So I think I might have to take this off and sand it down, maybe put a little bit of lubricant or something in there and then stick it back in. But
lube it up and drop it in.
Lubriderm.
But yeah,
you want that silicone shock oil.
Yeah, exactly.
Jedi Mindset says it gives him an Exo Squad vibe. I think Jay nailed it, saying it reminds him of Titanfall. And
yeah, it does.
Titanfall 2
is a lot like Titanfall. But like I said, you can use it with anything. I mean, any kind of like sci-fi.
I'm actually looking at mine, and I'm looking at my Hulk figure. Like, that looks like it'd be a cool thing just to fight like a Hulkbuster suit.
Why the hell not?
Yeah.
I kind of thought it would look cool with like my model rockets and stuff that I have, but it's actually kind of big for that. Maybe if it was a little bit smaller, it would be cool, but
you got me wondering though. Yeah, mine's a little bit.
I think it would look pretty cool going toe to toe with like a Monster Arts.
I'm actually looking at my Monster Arts right now, and it's a little. The steel bone is definitely a little big versus Mechagodzilla. Like Mechagodzilla looks much smaller compared to it.
Yeah. I just found out you can mirror the camera, so my correct arm moves the correct way I want it to.
Oh crap! I gotta go in settings because that.
But it will make your figure action shirt backwards.
It does.
I'm about to say mine's
my background
fine.
backwards
Yeah, I
too.
think I have mine. I think I have mine.
I'd rather have you guys be able to read the figure action shirt, you know.
It doesn't matter which way.
Now that is an upgrade.
Except he's blocked.
I didn't know who that was at first.
What do you guys think of my
There we go.
my surroundings here in the Vader's castle?
You're on Mustafar.
Yes. I'm loving this show. I was actually talking to Matt earlier on the phone about it. I'm gonna watch
still
that
haven't watched
last
episode 3
again.
yet.
Huh?
We still need to watch episode 3.
Oh, okay, then I won't say anything.
Please don't.
I think
But
we need
Dave,
to have like a 24-hour rule with these things. Like after 24 hours, this day and age, 24 hours is enough time.
I think you got to get to at least a weekend after something's come out. Like give it the weekend.
I don't know.
No, hurry up. Did anybody take advantage of the $10 sale? 'Cause I forgot I bought this to you. And
I can't go even at $10. I can't go down that rabbit hole.
yeah, I wanted Garrett Glow, and $10 was definitely the right price.
I kind of wanted Fisto just for the meme, but I still.
I'm gonna wait for him to be $5.
But
That's
Dave,
right, folks. T-Man wants a $5 Fisto.
$5 Fisto. I'd like the Fisto. Anyway, Dave, how the hell are you? And what cool things? God, that's gonna go out of context. Just that snip of I like the Fistum.
There you go. It's been a crazy week. I think I cooked the greatest steak I've ever cooked in my entire life earlier this week, which was absolutely amazing.
What cut?
And work is horrible, but I'm just getting through.
But what cut?
And
Yeah, what cut was the steak? Talk more about the steak, Dave.
dude, I found a T-bone. I was at the supermarket, and I'm like, okay, not today, Satan. I'm not gonna do it. And then there was literally a T-bone on clearance that was normally $15 for $6.66.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, today, Satan, you've won.
Was it
Picked up 2 of them.
prime marbling?
Oh my god. Then I let it sit. I got it to room temperature with a salt brine on it all day. It was gold. I put it in the pellet grill at 390 for about 20 minutes. It was almost like putting it in a sous vide, except it was smoking as opposed to the hot water. I couldn't get that sear right, but it just cooked perfectly. And then I made yeah, oh, that's good idea. And then I got then we made these air puff pillow potatoes, which are in the air fryer. I highly recommend. Take 2 potatoes, peel them, chop them up, peel them. Oh, sorry, yeah. Peel them, chop them up, boil them. So they get all soft like you're making mashed potatoes. Then, yes, mash it into a paste. Half teaspoon of cornstarch, half teaspoon of flour or rice flour if you're gluten-free. And I also had roasted a clove of garlic. So I had squeezed the roasted garlic in there and a teaspoon of salt. Then also put in some fresh spring onions. Then we pretty much made them in little marble-sized balls, put them in the air fryer at 400 degrees for 15 minutes, and they are goddamn amazing.
He said ball.
Yes, I did. The potato balls were great, and they just.
I gotta send you the Redskin potato recipe I made the other day. It was amazing.
No. These potato balls are gonna go in my arsenal of if I ever get on a cooking competition. They were that good.
You got. I'll send you the recipe for the Redskin potatoes. Just give them a go.
Guys, if you want this cooking action stuff, go to Dave the Grillmeister. I try to put some of this stuff on there on Facebook. So, but
Cooking action.
Acquisitions go. I also was able to get my hands on a junk heap this week.
You were one of the first people in the country too to get them.
And I didn't open up and put a review and take advantage of it all and get the cheap views because I left it mint and sealed box so you guys could see it happen and so I could do this.
Oh no, the plastic window came off.
I also picked up a Perceptor. I couldn't remember if I had one, so I really hope I don't have one floating around this house.
Wait, does he not have a plastic window?
No, he does not.
Ah, because he didn't he originally have a plastic window? Like, wasn't?
Yeah.
So they must be doing reissues.
Yeah, all those Studio Series still had. They got smaller windows, but they still had plastic.
And I just picked this up today. Got me a little cog trooper.
I've been looking at him all week.
Well, I'm looking at him now. I kind of want 2 more, but
They're cool.
then if you guys have followed my Instagram, you guys would know. I mean, this is what I was working on last week here when I was airbrushing annoyingly to everybody until I remembered to put on the mute button. This is the first of the dioramas that I was working on. This is actually what I was going to use for my Joy Toy stuff and just a generic hanger.
Man, deluxe.
But I was working on this one the last couple nights too. So I built 2 dios. I made a garage. And unfortunately, as T-Man pointed out, I did make this a little small, but it was just kind of more learning the technique of how to make the corrugated door, which I'm very, very pleased with. And I like this wooden floor. So if I don't use this background anymore, since it is magnetized, I could put like another wall or something else on here. But I am very pleased, at least aesthetically, of how this turned out.
Lay the guy on there next time.
Huh?
So lay the guy on the board.
When I did it originally, I did have the garage door going up to here, but I didn't have this canopy thing. And the canopy thing, if I made it any higher, was actually going to knock out the window. And I had this all carved out already. So it's kind of... It's not as easy as it sounds to do, man. Let's just put it that way. But this wooden floor came out gorgeous. And yes, I had my sidekick help me out on all these projects because my little one is awesome. Okay, seriously, get rid of the Lux thing is freaking me out.
We got him in there. Hey there, everybody.
Yeah.
Well, now that we got him here, I can change my virtual background.
All these have a snapback action. I don't know if that's intentional or not.
Huh. Because I only have He-Man and Skeletor.
If you try to rotate the waist, it won't stay, and it'll just go back. So I think they added that and didn't tell anybody.
I guess by popular demand, Deluxe is back. All right. I'm going to take the wheel back because we got to get into Dave's favorite segment, and I'm not sure if he wants to introduce it or not. Unless you do. Do you want to introduce it?
This weekend, repaints. I just did
You
it.
could have just did it live.
I did do it.
I dropped the ball on that. All right. So, people were wondering, is Hasbro going to do the Deluxe Insecticons? Hasbro's going to do the Deluxe Insecticons. We got Ransack here.
Oh, I didn't know that was real.
This is very real. So, again, no info on how this is going to be distributed or sold, whether it's going to be mainline, whether it's going to be yet another Walmart exclusive repaint. But this is a very real figure.
Since it's a bug, it's probably Walmart.
It's hard to say. One of the interesting things that I like is that those energon blades are actually used to form the thorax of the grasshopper or the locust.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody in one of the groups pointed out that you could do that, and I was like, yeah, that's actually pretty cool. And then here it is. For a repaint, well, I mean, again, he's got a new...
You never tried that with kickback?
Well, yeah, somebody pointed out you could do it for kickback, and I hadn't tried it yet.
I didn't show that in my review either.
Wait, what am I not seeing?
So if we go back to the locust mode here, you can actually take the 2 energon blades and use those to form the thorax for the bug.
Oh, that's pretty nifty.
Yeah. So when kickback's a grasshopper, you know, it doesn't really make all that much sense, but here it does.
Mhm.
So, I like this a whole lot. I definitely want. I'm hoping that they do all the Insecticons, but I really hope that they do all the deluxe Insecticons, because it would be great to finally have proper renditions of them in kind of a deluxe scale.
I want it. I'm buying it.
Because what was it? The last time we got one of the deluxe Insecticons, it was
Combiner War.
Yeah, that was a retool of Shrapnel or Scrapnel.
Yeah, and it was Ransack,
Well,
the red one.
yeah, I thought it was.
Oh, no, that was a Power of the Primes thing.
Hmm?
Was that like one of the Power?
The one I'm talking about is a Legends class. It was a Legends class repaint of Shrapnel.
Right. I remember that one.
That was Chop Shop.
Chop Shop.
Yeah, because they could do they'll probably call him Scrapnel again, but they could do a like a repaint of that. Deluxe, come on now. I watch your reviews. That's how I knew how to transform Cool Breeze correctly. But yeah. Well, Chop Shop was kind of like a blood orange color. But I'm definitely in on this.
I like his little eye. They got another repaint?
Yeah, we have one more repaint this week, and this was a repaint we knew that was coming. We get the official reveal, as well as kind of a little bonus round, knowing that we're getting, I believe, 3 more Shattered Glass figures getting revealed throughout the next few months. But we get our Shattered Glass Blaster, and I forget. I think is this Rewind?
I think it's Rewind, not Egypt.
Yeah. So I love this color scheme on Blaster. I wish they had gone with the toy head.
Yeah, I'm skipping him either way.
Yeah, I'm getting these Shattered Glass releases. I like them. I like getting the comics. They're doing a good job with the decos. It is Rewind. I just wish they went that little extra step into the toy head for this. I do like that they gave him the teal faceplate, though. What sucks is we probably won't get the Shattered Glass tapes to go along with him. I'm sure this is probably going to be a skip for everybody but me. I think about it.
Yep.
Pretty much.
All right. Next up, we get a look at a new core class figure, which a little bit controversial. I want to talk about this one a little bit. So this dropped over the weekend. Core class Shockwave. All we get is really just a look at. Well, actually, there was another picture. Let me see if I can find that here, because somebody had a picture of the front of the box. He's a Cybertronian ship, kind of like he was in Combiner Wars.
Combiner Wars and the Evergreen.
Yeah,
figure.
Evergreen and Siege. Well, Siege, he did have the gun mode unofficially.
Submarine.
Yes.
Oh wait, that was Six Shot.
Yeah.
Six Shot had the
And Combiner Wars, he was a gun, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just shocked that they released Shockwave again so quickly as a core class.
I
know
agree.
the other one is Studio Series.
Well, I think it makes sense because, we're going to look at the Manosaur coming up. But I've seen so many comments where people have said, why can't they do him at a gun at this scale? Like, you can pack figures with guns. He's a non-realistic gun. If they're coming out with combiners, hey, if you're coming out with Bruticus, it would make perfect sense to have this figure have a gun mode, so your combiners can hold him.
canonically, he and Megatron are no longer guns anymore.
I mean,
They changed it. They scrapped it, and we got to get over it.
yeah, and there he is. He does have a hand. The satellite dish does come out of his hand. It's a little plug in probably. I don't know. I know. You know, canonically that's the case, but again, in Siege they did sneak in his ray gun mode. You can't escape that, and I don't understand like why he couldn't be like a cannon like Galvatron, and you know.
I think we got to be happy with the Siege.
I just find it ironic he's supposed to be this big giant space cruiser, but he's core class.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
that is an irony.
That's why this is not on my mind at all, because it's just we already got a good shot for you.
It's like way back when Power of the Primes Astro Train came out. If you actually looked at what kind of vehicle he turned into, that thing was supposed to be like a huge, like Battlestar Galactica style cruiser that he turned into, not into a shuttle. Or
Hello, Larkin.
Hey, Larkin.
We got one of the best 3D printers in the game. In our
Thank you for slumming it up with us. He's a
you know, I can
celebrity
easily
now.
see Larkin. Since you're here, there is a 5, or I guess this is probably either a 3mm port. You could have a 3mm to 5mm port and easily have that plug into the top of this and become a 5mm port adapter, so that, or a handle for the combiners to hold him.
It's weird. For a minute, I thought that was like a weird claw, and he was holding.
I saw
the
that
dish.
too.
Like a plate.
And I'm looking at it, and I'm like, why would it? That doesn't make any
He's like,
sense. Because then I'm looking at it on the ship, and I'm like, wait a minute, that's actually like supposed to be some sort of weird gun. It's pegged into his hand.
It's like if you could
Oh,
take out the
yeah.
satellite, he's like,
I could have been a contender. You gotta.
I think that's going to port onto the front of something to make it into a big satellite gun.
Or the next few core classes are going to have like another half-baked combining weapon.
What if there is a handle at the bottom of this and we can't see it?
It's a good question. I guess we'll know in a matter of
as soon as
I'm not
Prime
gonna
vs.
know.
Prime gets his.
right.
Yeah, I'm not buying it. I'm good with the Combiner Wars one. So the people who
Unless
get Combiner Wars, yeah, there you go.
Unless T, the big question is, where is his gun arm, and is the gun arm underneath of him? So the barrel of the gun arm is a 5mm port, and that's what you do.
I'm not sure what you mean. You said, where's his gun arm?
Yeah, like where in this transformation, like where do these arms go in the transformation? Because if the gun arm goes underneath, and that's a 5mm port, could you fake it?
I'm thinking the arms are on the side of his body, and that's what they pegged those little wings with the guns on it on the side. The ones that are on his back.
Yeah.
I think that little spoiler-looking Lego peg piece on that back there, you can kind of see it on the back of his forearm. I think that's what that is.
Yeah.
Hmm.
We'll find out in like a week when Prime vs. Prime reviews.
Or some
Alright.
random guy.
Next up, and I'm kind of trickling this out. So like, if you saw our thumbnail, we got big news to talk about. But I'm getting the other stuff out of the way. Are we going to see the return of figures packed in vehicle mode? The Velocitron line, which is Walmart's exclusive line, it appears that both Override and Road Hauler are going to be packed in vehicle mode. I mean, this is the way they used to do it. It is a more, in my opinion, it's a more efficient way to pack Transformers these days, as their alt modes tend to compact as they're looking to reduce packaging. I wouldn't.
And reviewers can go back to the easy way of going from vehicle mode to robot mode.
Yes, that too. I'm curious if this is is indicative of a change moving forward, or if it's just going to be for this subline. What do you
I
guys
think
think?
it's just for that because they did the same thing with the Headmasters. They wanted to be
That's true.
retro.
And those were Walmart exclusives.
So, and Walmart is also getting the other retro figures like the Beast Wars stuff that's in alt mode.
That's true. Like all the retro looking stuff does have, all the figures are packed in alt mode. So that is a good point. And these are, at least Override here, is that this is kind of, it's not a complete throwback to the Cybertron packaging, but it
And if you got a
almost
pair of
is.
scissors, you can cut it right out of the box and slip it in your pocket.
That's
Oh,
kind of
dang.
sad. All you need actually is fingernail clippers, because that's how I open these figures when I get them home.
Oh,
Yeah.
sorry. He would know. Sorry. Zero's got more experience.
Kid,
No.
he is.
That font over top of Override's head looks super KO font.
It does. Velocitron Speedia 6, is it 600?
In fact, the whole packaging just looks like something that Family Dollar.
I think
Oh,
the question should be
500.
more like, do you think that they should be packaged in alt mode, not will they be packaged? I don't think they will be. I think this is probably just for this line. but
I think they should be.
I think they should be too, especially. I guess there's some that may be better to do bot mode, but I like them when they're packaged in alt mode. Not only that, I think it would be kind of cool if there was a line, whether it's official or not, of various levels of complexity that are packaged in alt mode with no instructions, almost like a puzzle that you have to figure out how to transform it. Maybe release the instructions.
You know what?
Hopefully
I'll
after,
send you
like,
my bad cube
a
side
couple
swipe and
months
see
or
how well
something.
you do with that.
Well, there are some third-party companies that wouldn't, because you break them instantly. But I think it'd be kind of cool, figuring out how to unlock puzzles is kind of fun. It'd be kind of cool to do that in a robot.
I was gonna say, since they're doing this open box stuff, they do look better to me in alt mode in the box.
I agree. I mean, going back to Override,
I can't wait to get that.
I can't either. I was talking to Lance earlier. He and I were questioning, is this the first time Walmart has ever had an exclusive mold? And I had to do some digging. And I think the only exclusive molds Walmart ever had were those spy changers from Robots in the Skies. The the fire truck Optimus and Ultra Magnus. I really think those were the only times you ever saw Walmart exclusive. And I mean, they barely count because they were little tiny figures. But yeah, this is kind of a big deal for Walmart. I mean, if you think about Target,
Well, outside of RED, I can't think of Walmart having too many exclusives.
Yeah, they've had their exclusive repaints, but never an exclusive mold. I mean, I think Target's had a few.
They've had a lot.
Yeah, they definitely have. I think the
Like
first
every lead foot is a Target exclusive.
yes, and they've had exclusive remolds for sure. Because I think the Fallen, the one where you could actually take the mask off, that was a Target exclusive.
And the Dragon Predaking.
Yes, yeah. They also got Big Convoy as the original Nemesis Prime.
Wait, that was Target.
That was Target.
Yeah, Target has a lot.
Yeah, they had Magmatron.
Yes.
They sold him under the Dinobot subline. So yeah, Target's got a long history with exclusive molds. So this is interesting that after all these years, Walmart finally got one.
I still have that Nemesis Prime, Mammoth Prime. That thing was
I always wanted him.
dead awesome. The paint on that thing is immaculate. If you've never
We
seen
got-
that, the tusks actually have blood on them.
Yes, I remember I wanted him when I saw him. I didn't have the money, and then when I got the money, I went back to Target. I was a very young guy at the time. I don't even think I could drive at the time. So, yeah, I was in high school. And when I went back, he was gone. That was like the only time I had to deal with like FOMO in my younger years.
I had that when I was in my first apartment. God damn it! Quit making me feel old.
We got that Nemesis big convoy from my son, and after that, I was like, okay, I'm not buying him Transformers anymore. He couldn't I didn't even know how to transform it because the instructions were reverse of how it was packaged. So it took me all day to figure it out how to get him into a mammoth, and then he wanted me to transform it back like immediately. I was like, oh no.
All right.
Then the pieces kept falling off because everything was on a ball jack.
And that was T-Man 978's origin story. Yeah, Menasor is out officially in Australia. So believe it or not, someone actually officially got a figure before Prime versus Prime. So let me get this person's name correct. It was a post in the Down Under Facebook group. Squishy Bell is the user on Twitter, so check them out. And they posted a ton of pictures here of the Commander Class Motormaster. It's kind of a stubby trailer.
Yeah, that's a little.
You know, so, maybe the water's cold.
maybe.
Okay. Yeah.
Cap looks great.
He was in the pool. Yeah, the cap looks. Go ahead, T.
The base looks humongous when you've unfolded into the battle station.
Oh, you know what? Go back to that other picture there. It looks like the trailer's probably the same length. It's just that it's taller and makes it look.
Yeah. But the trailer on Prime is not the biggest.
No, but it's proportioned right. It's more, I think it's just because it's so tall.
I agree with you, Joe. In one of the pictures I saw, it looked really stubby.
Yeah. But it's hard to imagine all that compacts into a trailer.
Yeah, that
I will say
amazing.
I like this base mode. I actually didn't think I would, and this actually turned out really. It was like Skylinks. I like that base mode on Skylinks a lot.
You know, this looks more like a city than the city bots ever did.
Yeah. Show off how the arms work here. There's a lot of parts forming involved. And this is
what I haven't seen.
Yeah, this is basically what Motormaster himself forms, this big chunk.
Good.
So yeah, he is integral to. It's not like you can just not have him on there. He is integral to the suit part itself. Here he is with the C-Dub with the upgrade kits. This to me looks infinitely better. I really hope that the other 4 components are like quick in the pipeline.
Yeah, the only time C-Dubs look good was in that Transformers Devastation game.
Yeah. Here they are with the C-Dub legs. You can do that. It's a thing you can do, as I'm going to say. But yeah, this really goes to show you how much better this is than the Combiner Wars.
I hated that thing.
Yeah.
I think that was my first rage in a review, messing with that.
So Daniel H, there you go. He is a hair taller than that C-Dub Menasor. Predaking, I don't think that there's no comparison to Predaking.
Predaking was big. I mean, he was Titan class.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was 18 inches, I think. Like Devastator.
I guess this one's probably what?
11.
Okay.
It's between 11 and 12 inches.
Yeah, I think it was closer to 12. But
so I think it should be as tall as Commander Jetfire.
Yeah, yeah. There was a picture of him next to the Shattered Glass one. But I think this looks really, really good. I'm excited to get mine.
Yeah, that picture in the box, that's where he looked really stubby.
Yeah.
Right there. Well, maybe it's the camera or something.
I'm excited for it.
Looking good.
I'm getting it. Pre-order.
All right, you guys ready for the big news, the big reveal, the big talking point?
Careful, Joe. Hold
Sure.
on to your hat.
All right. So, word came out today that we're going to be getting a reveal of MP57 Jetfire or Skyfire tomorrow. So, yeah. So, June 3rd, new item. This looks pretty official to me. And then we get a blurry picture here of and translations here. So, Skyfire apparently only going to be available at Takara Tomy malls, which I think is a foolish choice, but they did it with Thundercracker and Skywarp recently.
We always get them.
Yeah, I mean, BBTS already has a placeholder pre-order slot up. We get a pretty decent picture here of what you get. It looks like I can't tell for certain, but it looks like it's Bumblebee. That could be Ratchet and Prime minifigures, a stand, some faceplates, and chest pieces.
To me, the one in the middle looks like Wheeljack.
Wheeljack would make sense too.
Is it free?
It's not free.
Those are faceplates.
And
the Decepticon logo. I don't know. I'm not excited about it because I just bought Fan Toys Phoenix.
Yeah. I think this one's going to be interesting. And to your point, I think making it a Takara Tomy Mall exclusive is foolish because they need to compete with the people that already own the Fans Toys, and they may not want to hear this. There are a lot of people that took the Siege Jetfire and made that their stand-in masterpiece Jetfire.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people. So, we were talking with TM Reviews about price. Now, they do say this is supposed to be the biggest masterpiece, official masterpiece to date. And talking about price, TM Reviews is like, this thing's got to be $400. I don't know about that. I think that with again, here we're seeing limited accessories, and that stand is not money. That stand is the same stand they've used since Beast Wars Dinobot. 3 minifigures, face and chest. That's not much. So
I'm very pleased with the minimal accessories, though. I wouldn't mind a blast effect personally, but
yeah,
he doesn't need. I don't know what's he need? Switchable Autobot Decepticon symbol. That's about it.
You know what Transformers really needs is they should not have abandoned blast effects for Legacy. They should have made blast effects universal through Masterpiece and Generations. They should be universal effects pieces.
Yep. One thing that I noticed with this guy is the blast effects are hard plastic instead of gummy.
Yeah, I prefer that because they're not going to eat away at the plastic or any paint. If you put those gummy blast effects on painted pieces, they'll eat the paint right off.
Gummy paint.
It's kind of hard to tell from that one little tiny picture, but it looks like they're continuing with the super tune accurate, more tune accurate at least. Maybe that's what's going to drive some people this way that maybe already have.
Yes.
First of all,
The
Skyfire design is only tune accurate. I mean, because the other one was the toy was a Valkyrie. Was a Macross Valkyrie.
Phoenix is super cartoon accurate. That was one of Fans Toys' most cartoon accurate.
Look at the. I think when you see them side by side, I wouldn't be surprised if this one has a more tune look to it.
It does. I think it looks like one of their promo images. It looks too squat too to me, and it's definitely shorter than Phoenix.
Yeah. So it's interesting the history of this. So This is allegedly a prototype, potentially an old prototype of Jetfire here. Those pictures that we saw from the reveal
Falling
appear to
apart. Are
be
you sure
different.
it's not Kronos?
Well, that was a rumor that Kronos was based off of that old prototype. So going back in time, there was a grayscale prototype of Skyfire shown off with MP10 that had leaked.
Yeah, it looks like they didn't change much.
Well, it doesn't, and these, whatever this prototype is, I don't think it's what we're going to get. I think that they went back to the drawing board, because even though these pictures are small, it definitely looks way more refined here. And I don't know if it just comes down to posing, but it doesn't look, maybe it comes down to posing, but it just doesn't look like it's too thin in certain areas.
I think it'll be awesome for the people that want it a lot. It looks like it'll have good shoulder articulation the way they were holding the gun in front of it. So
I think it's going to come down to two things. I think it's going to come down to hey, Ben, have a good night, man. I think it's going to come down to pricing, and I think it's going to come down to like you're saying, aesthetics. Now, for me, I will get this. I'm a Masterpiece completionist, but I'm not going to get rid of my fans' toys because I need to have it. I always wanted to have a Decepticon and an Autobot Jetfire in my displays. Yes. So for me, that's probably how it's going to work.
The Decepticon parking behind Starscream.
Yes. Joe, did you ask how much it was going to cost?
Yeah.
We don't know yet. But Trailbreaker and Skids are indications that Takara Tomy is more interested in lowering their prices because they know they've been pricing themselves out of the market. So that's the thing, is they're playing a kind of a, in my opinion, they're playing a little bit of a dangerous game with Masterpiece price increases because they basically almost priced themselves out of the water compared to third party. Now, Fans Toys got expensive, and that's one of the advantages Takara Tomy has, where they're now suddenly there was a long stretch of time where third party was significantly cheaper than official.
Yeah. Speaking of prices, I hope everybody went to Hasbro Pulse and got discounts on Masterpiece.
I've never regretted already owning stuff as much as I regretted owning stuff today.
I'm broke right now. I can afford to order anything.
I did the paying for with PayPal on Thundercracker.
All I'll say is I look forward to the reviews.
Because I didn't even review Skywarp yet. I'm probably going to review both of them at the same time.
Do a chill comparison review.
Watch my Starscream review, and now they're purple and blue.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're better toleranced, so I think you have stuff to talk about.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm even going to show the transformation at all.
I wouldn't. Just link to your Starscream review.
Link to the video. Link that little video, baby. Link. Anyway, next.
But yeah, we'll know more about. We'll be revisiting the Skyfire next week for sure, because we'll know more tomorrow. Hopefully, there's other Masterpiece reveals in there, because Beast Wars. They don't forget about Beast Wars. All right, that wraps it up for our official news. Let's talk about the only third-party option we have this week. Now, I know we have Larkin's Lair gracing us in the chat, and I think he did the arm cannons way better. But we have a rather excessive Shockwaves Lab kit for the Core Class Skywarp. This includes all kinds of fillers for your Skywarp. I don't think any of these are necessary, but it includes his arm cannons because they are not null rays. Only Starscream has null rays. I don't want to spend too much time on this, but isn't this a little excessive for a core class figure?
That probably costs more than the core class figure, so yes.
Oh, 100%. I think most people are just going to want his arm cannon, and they're going to want them in purple. So, Larkin, I'm going to give you some free advertisement. Check out his Etsy shop, because you can head over there and you can get arm cannons for your Skywarp that are in the correct color scheme, and you're going to pay a whole heck of a lot less.
Yeah, you just don't need that much. It's a core class.
When they didn't put the arm cannons in there, I decided I didn't need them at all.
Yeah.
I do not want to pay for extra stuff for a $10 figure.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
But if
Shotgun's
you do,
Lab,
visit Larkin. Larkin's lair.
Yeah.
Click on his name right now. It'll take you to his page. But make sure you keep our window open.
So, yep, per Larkin, he just restocked them. His cannons are only $3, as he takes 20 cents out of that 3. But I can speak; they are, and actually, I do actually have a piece he did here for Rekgar, the gun for Rekgar, as well as the exhaust pipe on here.
See, as endorsed by our own ExtraZero. Go get them guns.
They are very high quality.
Got them too. If you can't trust Texas Blaze, who can you trust?
They're Blush compatible, as Emily would like to say. You can port your blast effects on there. So I enjoy that greatly. All right, let's get out of our Transformers news. We're going to talk about some anything and everything action figure news. We're going to start off with the Lightning Collection reveal we got, which this one, not surprising. A white metallic White Ranger. Yeah. Hey, if you liked it when Bandai America did these, you're in luck.
Next.
Yeah.
Whose head is that?
That looks like Jason David Frank if he was...
no.
That's actually a picture of Jason David Frank as he was reading the article about Austin St. John.
Yeah. You know, Jason David Frank, he's finally retiring from Power Rangers, right on the 30th anniversary, or ahead of the 30th anniversary.
He has realized he has milked that cow as much as he can.
Them pictures I've been seeing of him, he looked like he aged 10 years in a day.
All right, and we're gonna talk some Star Wars stuff. Pre-orders went up for these reveals. We get the Black Series Obi-Wan and Tibidon Obi-Wan and the Obi-Wan Darth Vader. I'm not watching the show. It looks like in the show, from what I've seen, Darth Vader has very pronounced green lights on his belt. I don't think they really captured that here.
Yeah, he was definitely glowy.
So I like that we're getting an Obi-Wan with soft goods. That's
Agreed.
Cool. But I don't know. I don't really know about this outfit per se.
With that cape and stuff?
That is a soft goods cape. But it doesn't look like there's any wires in it. It looks like they're just doing photography tricks.
I like that pondering look.
He's thinking of a disguise.
Yeah. Shame these guys don't come with
wear a poncho.
alt faces. It's like Black Series, you rarely ever get alternate hands, but you never get alt heads.
You don't get alt anything. They give you one weapon.
I think the only time I can really remember alt hands and heads was the Palpatine.
Yeah.
That picture there looks like it shows the lights on his hips a little more.
It doesn't look like they're pronounced. Like the footage I saw, he's got 3 very pronounced lights on his belt, and they're all green.
I think it's 2 green and a red. I don't know. I'm gonna watch that scene again.
Could be wrong. This is like Matt.
They're not very pronounced here, but yes, in the show,
I still haven't seen episode 3.
Huh?
We're not talking anything about what happens. We're just talking about the lights. And then Picard comes in. There are 4 lights.
4 lights.
But yeah, soft goods on the Vader. The Vader
The
molds.
helmet is shaped different. It's more flat and wider.
Looks more like the concept art Vader. Vader is a character that could definitely come with multiple hands.
Yes.
All right.
Isn't it weird? Like, I know they've made like very subtle changes to his face mask, his eyes, and his like mainly like the brow or the forehead of his helmet. But would it really be the end of the world if they tweaked his design a little bit more, and it would still, still connect with the original trilogy? I just feel like every single time they come out with it, especially I don't have any Darth Vader action figures, but I mean, you got one, you're covered.
Yeah, I think they did the shoulder guard or the chest
shoulders
guard
are a little bit different.
And I only saw it briefly. They showed a close up on his boots. The boots look more robotic.
Well, it's because I think he just got cyborged.
Yeah, I mean, right here, they just look like boots. But maybe I was seeing things. It kind of looked like it had metal in the front.
I think one of the things that they could do without being a big departure that would make sense for the character is get rid of that sheet that goes over his like collarbones. He did have a chain in certain depictions. I know he definitely had one in Empire.
Yeah.
But I think if they just got rid of like all like his cape and everything for make him a little bit more like a Death Trooper, I think that would be an interesting look if they wanted to do like a departure, like a more utilitarian design, more functional design for Vader.
A little less flair.
Yeah.
Looking at this Empire one, the chest, you ain't gonna be able to see it, but it's like it's a V shape straight up. But on this, it kind of goes into a V, but then it curves. But he has these big buttons on the side of this belt as well.
Oh yeah.
So I don't even need that figure. This is good enough.
Yeah.
I just have my New Hope Vader, and that's basically the one I've been rocking with. Jedi has a good point here. All the other figures have had soft goods, but not the Mandalorian. I think we'll probably get, and I'm gonna hop over to the vintage stuff here, or the archive stuff, and they like to make little subtle improvements on these figures. I won't be shocked if we get a straight up reissue of that initial pre-Beskar Mandalorian and probably the Beskar version with soft goods down the line. But we got Chewie, Old Han. We've got the I forget what the name of the Bouche version of Leia, when she infiltrated Jabba's palace, and Grand Moff Tarkin. Probably in on Grand Moff Tarkin here. I skipped him previously.
I'm not. I got that right here too.
Yeah, these aren't going to be out until spring of next year. So it's interesting to me that they're revealing them now, but Star Wars
Celebration holiday this year.
Well, the solicitation says spring 2023, but I mean, I wouldn't be shocked if they hit sooner.
One more things do somewhere.
And sadly, being straight up reissues, these are hitting that new $24.99 price point.
I think the guarded ones were $22.99. on Amazon at least. Like Tarkin was, and maybe Han and Chewie.
Yeah. So Larkin, now that they're calling her Hutt Slayer, they probably will. You know, it's so funny because that I remember that
Peg
Slave
worm.
Leia. What's that?
It peg wormed horribly.
Yeah, she was like the one figure I could go into any Target at any time in like 2013, 2014 and count on her being there. And then the controversy happened and then gone. If I had a time machine, I would tell myself not only to when to buy and when to sell Bitcoin, but I would also be like, hey, buy up a bunch of those Slave Leia figures and just sit on them for a while.
Mm-hmm.
I forced myself not to buy that because I wasn't buying Star Wars anything at that point.
Yeah, that's how I was. And at that point, like the faces weren't like they were now. I mean,
Oh, they were horrible.
Yeah,
Absolutely horrible.
Jeez. When I first started collecting Marvel Legends, they were horrible.
yeah.
That Guardians of the Galaxy Wave 1.
I was about to say
Oh,
that. Yeah,
yeah.
I remember your commentary
Gamora.
on the Gamora.
Mm-hmm.
She looks like a totally different character now.
Yeah.
I
The
still have
second
those
one, he
figures.
redeemed himself on the second one.
Oh, big time.
Oh yeah. Cool. Anyway, I don't think any of us is getting these. Next.
All right.
Next.
So we got
Next.
some additional reveals from Celebration, and if you wanted I hate when it does that. If you wanted a different looking Vader, hey, they got you covered, but it's not going to be what you really think it is. So we'll scroll down here. There's a HasLab coming out. I guess we'll talk about that here.
I was about to ask did y'all talk about that last week.
Apparently
I
it's
think
not
it was
doing
revealed
that
on
well.
Friday. The new HasLab.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think so. This is Reva's lightsaber. Is she the third sister? I'm not.
Yeah,
again, I'm
third
not watching the show, but so this is an Inquisitor lightsaber. They're selling this at $500, which to me it's kind of steep. So,
Unless that thing actually, like, I'm holding it at the center and it starts spinning. No.
I know it's supposed to be made out of metal.
Yeah. Well, all of them have been made out of metal. Like since the inception of Force FX, they've all been metal.
Oh, then yeah, I can't. Yeah.
This. What Mac is saying. Oh, Yak Man. Oh, yeah, Mac.
Where
Man.
is Star Killer?
Where
Yeah.
is Star-
So we'll get on that. And these are all digital renders. I don't think they actually have a real product. We'll go to HasLab after we cover this. But again, I understand inflation, but at the same time, the Darth Maul saber was a whole heck of a lot less, and I don't think you're really getting that much more here.
I think they're cocky because they were the first HasLab.
Yeah.
I know I'm not interested at all.
And again, I think that they should have run this after the series finished, so people, again, it's a 6-episode miniseries. I
they
think,
want it now while you're really watching.
Well, no, I think people need to, go through and see what her character is all about and decide that, okay, instead they're still learning about the character. It was like the Razor Crest, and then like legitimately right after they finished the HasLab for the Razor Crest, it blew up in the next episode.
Mhm.
That's why they're selling it now.
Yeah. That I think really what they should have done is the Grand Inquisitor's saber, since he is a long-running character.
I think they should have did this
Been running
because
that long.
I don't care about it and I won't have to worry about promo.
There you go. We're gonna skip the vintage stuff. We're gonna get right into this. The concept art, Obi-Wan and Darth Vader. I think this is really cool. They're doing this in 2-pack. Yeah,
So,
so
that's what the Clone Wars look like, right?
a little bit, and I think Gennady Tartakovsky based some of his artwork off, his designs off of the concept. I mean, his art has always been very angular and stylized, the stuff that he and Craig McCracken did together. But yeah, you have a more blue, like navy blue Vader, much more angular skeletal facial features in his helmet. These are very much out of order. And then a much older but boring looking Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm. Oh, red on the cuffs. I like that.
Beard, definitely.
I don't know. It looked more samurai-like.
Doesn't it look like Marlon Brando from Superman, the movie?
A little bit.
I see that.
Yeah, they were supposed to be space samurais, weren't they?
Yes.
So this definitely looks more like that.
You know, Star Wars was ripped off the plot of The Fortress, which was a samurai movie.
Yeah, this is cool, but pass.
Skip over retro collection. I wish these were more in order here. Get a new droid.
Lola.
If they made a pit droid, I'd be interested.
Oh, it has legs?
Yes.
Yeah. When I saw that thing, it reminded me of the robots from Batteries Not Included.
That's a line that should have had toys back in the day. Or a movie that should have had toys. They have a lot of pictures in here.
Yeah, a lot of
pictures. Of course, this is where they make their pictures canonical. Yeah, so if you're wondering, it does parts form here. Even though it's animatronic, those legs don't fold out of it. Sadly.
Yeah, that looks cool. I bet you it's expensive.
That one's not.
It's like 80. Oh, that's not the $80 one, but
Yeah.
I might have to get that one for the little one.
Man, they got a lot of pictures.
Yeah, we're gonna go down to where these are and see where. Man, it's funny they didn't have that stuff in order. All right, get in here. Ayla Secura finally getting a figure in the Black Series. No Ula yet, but they could easily.
That mall does look good though.
Sold out.
100% right. We do need more Johnny 5.
Yeah, Clone Wars Mall.
Those two sold out first on Amazon.
I feel like they'll be back.
I like the robot legs.
And I won't be shocked if they do a deluxe version of Maul where he has the spider legs.
Oh, what series is this from? Is this from Kenobi too?
Clone Wars.
Oh, Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Han.
So, fifth brother.
Toad. Yeah, they look good. I'm getting all of them and put them by my Darth Vader.
If you've played Fallen Order, the Riot Scout Trooper, they also showed Jedi Survivor, the sequel to Fallen Order.
Oh yeah, did you guys see that trailer?
I might get him.
Yeah, if there's a sale at GameStop, I'll get it because you fight countless Scout Troopers in that game. We get the Grand Inquisitor, the live action version, soft goods cape. Yeah, another figure that should have had a soft goods cape is Moff Gideon. Fourth sister here. Interesting that they're doing these pictures like no background. We're getting the Magistrate Grief Karga. I am curious how he's going to be packed. I love Carl Weathers and I love his character, but he shell formed. So I'm wondering if they're going to.
He's going to be right up there with Lando.
Yeah,
I don't know. I like this outfit more.
I do too. I think it looks a lot better. It's a lot more broken up because his other outfit's just kind of like tan and boring. Artillery Stormtrooper helmet. I mean, they've done a bunch of these helmets. I think that was it for the figure reveals. I mean, they go and show off the vintage collection Dart Troopers. So if $30 is too much, well, they're probably going to be selling this for $20.
No, it's 28.
It's 30. No, it's 28.
It's 30.
I do like that it
Jeez.
comes with the little elevator, the little charge, the loading bay.
Yeah, you can build out your
Does
troops.
it play dubstep?
So it's 28, and yet the 6-inch version is. I thought I pre-ordered it for 30. Kind of crazy. All right. Well, we'll get out of Star Wars stuff, and we're gonna go into go to some Godzilla, and we're gonna wrap up. Well, we'll do Godzilla and NECA, and we'll wrap up with the G.I. Joe news because we get a little bit of stuff to talk about there. So we'll go into that Godzilla news. Joe, I'm curious what you think about these because it's not your usual company making Godzilla stuff here. So, Super 7, they're doing Toho Ultimates. We got a 1995 Godzilla and Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, because
Interesting.
NECA lost the Godzilla license,
Yes, they did.
and I kind of dig this.
Yeah, that kind
I
of
mean,
looks cool.
Those smoke effects are neat.
You know, I don't have any experience with Super 7. This might have to be my first. 8 inches, 14 inches.
That's a lot of segments on the tail. I have
Yeah.
minimal experience with them, but I can tell you that they have good materials and their joints are typically very well toleranced.
Limited articulation, but that's Godzilla anyway.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the NECA one, but those are effects I would wish the NECA ones came with.
Yeah,
And then, I
they're
mean,
very crisp effects.
this looks gorgeous.
Yeah, that looks. Is that an actual image or is that like a render?
This is an actual
That
image.
looks like an actual image. I mean, that looks great.
I
Well,
mean,
the head
the
can
head,
put up.
the head looking up is a separate head for the flight mode.
Yeah,
Okay.
Oh.
And then
you don't break the sculpt.
yeah, and then the jet mode, and then the jet backpack is a separate piece, and then it's got the cables on there.
I mean, that might give the Monster Arts one a run for the money. Not the
Well,
Godzilla, the Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah, well, as I said, Mecha Godzilla is.
Looks really good.
I got Mecha Godzilla. I got Mecha Gigan right here, and if that guy comes with a flight stand for the flight mode, you know.
That's one thing I don't think you can count on with Super 7. I don't think they're very known for including stands. Now, I could be wrong.
If there was ever one, that flight mode needs it.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
What do these sell for? Does it give you a price point?
$85
see.
bucks. They're on Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah.
85.
I might just wait. Hopefully, Jobby gets it.
And in the accessories list, it says nothing about a flight stand. So
True.
Buy a
What?
NECA stand.
you could. They do sell them at Target. So speaking of
stands are
NECA,
weak. Those NECA stands are so weak.
the ratcheted ones are not. I actually used a bunch of those. I used those for my IDW display. Convention exclusives. They're going to go live tomorrow, June 3rd at noon Eastern time. Limit 2. So they've got the pre-mutation 4-pack for Ninja Turtles. That's the one I'm going after. The Thing 40th anniversary poster figure. That's $50. I don't think I can do that, especially doing that pre-mutation pack. The Gremlins 2 Wedding Greta. The Dungeons and Dragons Lost Wave 4-pack. $100. That's actually a fairly decent pricing for those. So yeah, be on the lookout for those tomorrow. Set an alarm. I'm fairly certain that pre-mutation 4-pack is going to sell real quick. So, on the topic of turtles, we're going to jump right into this. We get a look at yet another crossover monster figure here, and this one's very unexpected. But we get Master Splinter as Van Helsing, and this is the only image we have. It looks like they're all in on these.
I am very pleased with this one. I'm trying to figure. I hate to say I'm trying to justify it, but could I have mixed that figure into other lines because goddamn, it looks good.
It does. I mean, all of them so far. I mean, again, it's a rabbit hole for me. I couldn't see myself doing it.
I canceled them. I told myself I'm not doing them, but that is looking really, really.
He looks like a rescue ray.
Well, I think one of the exclusives tomorrow. I'm not 100%. I think Kev, you might know if you're still watching. They're going to be doing signed versions of the Bride of Frankenstein with Judith Hoag signatures.
No, I gotta get it.
She's getting that neck of money one way or another. Because
hey, you gotta appreciate the hustle. Funny on this, there was a discussion in our show chat. It was like, well, you know, what would Casey Jones be? And I've been busy all week with work. T answered. T said, "Fan of the opera. You could have the actor's license, the actor's likeness, and the Casey Jones mask, and then you could." And then I came back like a few hours later. He's like, he could be fan of the opera. I'm really curious what they would do for Shredder. I guess Creature from the Black Lagoon. I mean,
I got to do. It's too late for me to think about that one. Ronin, I do not know, and he's not coming out soon enough. Though I did finally.
I thought he was
Ronin
August.
I liked how it ended.
But we got one more NECA, and this one is just for Dave. Curious what you think about this one. This one is the Boar Predator.
Ooh, did I miss any Predator?
I think you might have. Because this is, Predator 2, Boar Predator.
Ooh, yeah. I'll
looks,
definitely need that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll be buying that. Good night, Joe.
I'm gonna watch
all your accessories that you get. Now he's coming in at a pretty steep price, $48.
Jesus.
Yeah.
That is a crazy price jump.
Yes.
I mean,
because
those were going for. Those were going for $35.
Yeah. You know, who knows whether or not Target, because I don't ever see any NECA stuff go on clearance at Target, because those Toxicity now.
NECA's just priced by NECA. I mean, they're stocked by NECA reps. So
I think they changed that. The Target reps actually stock NECA now.
Well, I was at the store last week before I picked up that Cougar and the Panther Alien, and that was the NECA rep.
In my store.
Huh?
In my store, the Target guy was putting everything together.
Well, the rep was at least resetting the aisle. Let's put it that way. It was the NECA. He did tell me he was the NECA rep, but
I know at my Target, the Target reps set up the end caps for the Haulathon stuff.
Yeah.
But I think it was because those were street dated. But I can say that glow in the dark Muckman is like stinking up the shelves.
I'm gonna be going nuts here with this. I mean, fortunately, I got a while before it comes out, but $48. Dang.
I was waiting for Spyro the Dragon to go on clearance.
Never did.
And then they restocked.
Yeah, I think the only one that we ever got for like a discount was GameStop when they had Crash Bandicoot on sale. And that was like, what, 6 years ago?
Not that long.
It was a long time ago. It was like 2016, 2017.
I feel like it was after that.
Because he still came in that clamshell packaging, like where it was complete. You needed a can opener to cut it.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a long time ago. All right, now we'll get into the fun news. We'll wrap it up for the evening. We got a little bit of news on G.I. Joe Classified coming out. We get some news. Shipwreck and Rock and Roll were confirmed for 2023 releases. So they did a G.I. Joe Fan First Wednesday. I actually missed that this week. So pre-orders haven't gone up yet on these two. But,
they did it on Instagram of all things.
Oh, that explains why I missed it.
Yeah. It was an Instagram live, and when I turned it on, they were just unwrapping a 40-year-old box. And I got bored and I turned it off.
So we'll get into the really cool news to wrap up our night. Dr. Mindbender coming out this year, tentative release of New Year's Eve. But he is going to be a deluxe set, and we get some pictures of him here with his accessories and box.
Commander. Is that a brain?
That is a
It
brain.
has a brain. Wow. And a mummy arm.
Well, I'm guessing that like this is kind of like you can port that arm into the oblong container, and the brain can probably go in the smaller one.
That would make sense.
Yeah. What the little cartridges do, I'm not quite sure unless they go on the sides. But awesome stuff. Now, do I think he warrants a deluxe set? No, not really. I still think it's cool nonetheless. I love the fact that he's coming with a soft goods cape. I'm hoping that it has wires in it, but it probably
It looks
won't.
like. Well, that stitching on the side is nice either way.
Yeah, you probably can make it like the Serpent Supreme Cobra Commander, where you could take your own
slide the
wire.
wire in there.
Yeah,
I would please be bendy wire because it
I'm
looks
hoping
like it is.
I mean, for the price point, if it's bendy wire, I'll be very happy. If it's not, I'm still gonna be happy because I really like the way he's coming out. Like, I like the way that they pulled no punches. They didn't try and modernize him too much. Like, I feel like this is like one that like Nightwing and him would be through the roof with, or over the moon with, I should say. Like, this is just 80s to a T.
Yeah, I thought they were going to change them up, but they didn't.
Nope, they did not. They're not holding back.
Jedi says, "I'm glad he got his flamethrower." Yeah, I like that too. The only thing I wish is that he came with an effects piece. I mean, granted, you could easily make one, but
Barbecue didn't even come with an effects piece.
yeah, that was a shame.
All right.
Though, if you have a Masterpiece Inferno, you can take that effects piece and give it the barbecue.
They try to put the excuse on everything that they want them to be able to hold everything at once.
But they
For
can't.
the
Like,
regular releases.
the bats definitely can't. And the deluxe Zartan can't.
Well, that's a little different.
It is. I wish, since they're making him a deluxe, I think the big missing piece for me is I wish he had like a little table for this stuff to go on. Like just a
working on
little
that.
plastic table would cost him no money to do. And you could put like his, brain, skull, arm all on.
I'll have to make a table.
I got a table with my green set.
Like Mike Rogers, if you're listening, I think like if you want to get into some 3D printing efforts, like weapons racks and tables, can't go wrong with them.
That's Mike. That's all we want. We just want to get our hands on a nice rack. And on that note,
I think it's going to wrap it up for tonight. So we had a lot of exciting stuff to talk about. I think everybody's all in on Dr. Mindbender there. Again, stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm going to have instructions for how you can get a shirt and 2 awesome figures. Awesome is not subjective. I have this guy. I think he's awesome. And we'll do that drawing on the show next week. And yes, Winston, thank you. Smash that like button if you haven't already. Hit the subscribe button, ring the notification bell. That's going to do it for tonight's episode. We're Figure Action. We love you guys. We couldn't do this show without our fantastic audience. People like Sportimus, people like Toy Mafia, Surrounding Games Go, Inu Tabi, Andrew, Kevin Womack. Thanks to everybody who we see all the time. Winston, Mark 44, Jedi Mindset. We love you guys. We really couldn't do this without you all. So, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. We'll see you all on the next one. Again, ring that notification bell. There'll be a video out tomorrow telling you how to enter for the giveaway next week. And we'll see you all on the next one, 9 o'clock next Thursday, Eastern Time. Peace out. Have a great and safe weekend.